Today, we're looking at an absolutely heart-wrenching story out of Uttar Pradesh, India. And, it's one of those stories that starts with something so familiar, a pretty minor family argument. But this one spirals into a tragedy that's completely irreversible. So let's try to understand how something so small could have such devastating consequences. Yeah, that one line from the news reports, it just says it all, doesn't it? The huge gap between the cause, a simple dispute over shoes, and the consequence, someone losing their life, it's just staggering. And it's the shocking contrast that we're really going to unpack today. So, to really get a handle on how a simple argument could escalate so tragically, we have to look at the context, right? Who was involved? Where did this happen? And what exactly sparked this whole thing? Okay, so at the very center of this story are two brothers. The older brother, Suraj Sharma, he was 16, and his younger brother, Laxman, was just 15 years old. And I think that's so crucial to remember here. We're talking about two teenagers. Both of them were minors. And what was the argument about? Well, believe it or not, it was a single pair of new shoes. They'd just been bought online and had arrived at the house. Something so modern, so ordinary. And this wasn't some long-standing feud. According to the police, it was an immediate conflict over who was going to get to wear them first. Let's set the scene a little more. All of this happened in a village called Chaumukha in Uttar Pradesh. It was a Monday, around 10:30 in the morning. Just a totally normal start to the week that, well, was about to become anything but. All right, now we have to turn to the most critical moments of the conflict. This next part, it really shows the terrifying speed at which a simple disagreement can just spiral completely out of control. So here's how it all went down step by step. It started as a simple argument, who gets the new shoes? But that verbal fight got intense really fast. And then, in what the police are calling a fit of rage, the older brother, Suraj, grabbed a pair of scissors. The final, awful step was the attack itself, which left his younger brother with multiple injuries. And the weapon here, it tells its own story, doesn't it? This wasn't something planned. It was a pair of scissors, just a normal household item, grabbed in the heat of the moment. The injuries to Laxman's head and hands were severe. The reports say he collapsed right there on the spot. In the immediate aftermath, everything shifted. The anger of the argument was gone, and it was replaced by a frantic, desperate race against time to try and save a life. Family members were the ones who found him, and they immediately rushed him to a local community health center. I mean, you can only imagine the panic in that moment. But by the time they even got him there, his condition was already listed as critical. The local center just wasn't equipped to handle injuries that severe, so he was immediately referred to the bigger district hospital. The medical effort was escalating, but they were running out of time. And then came the official confirmation from the police. Despite everything the family tried to do, Luxman succumbed to his injuries. The doctors at the district hospital declared him brought dead. The fight for his life was over. So in this final part of our explainer, we're going to look at what happened next. How a family and the authorities are left to somehow pick up the pieces after this unimaginable tragedy. Of course, the police took charge. The additional superintendent of police confirmed that an official investigation is underway and legal proceedings have started. What began as a fight between brothers over a pair of shoes was now officially a criminal case. But, beyond all the legal proceedings, there's the human cost. In this quote from the initial report, it's so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. The family isn't just grieving the loss of their younger son, they're also grappling with the fact that their older son is responsible. In one single morning, they've effectively lost both of their children. And that leaves us with this final, really haunting question. We've laid out all the facts, what happened, but the why. It's just so hard to comprehend. This story is just a stark reminder of how fragile life is, and it forces us to think about how a fleeting moment of anger can lead to a lifetime of loss. It's a tragedy that really serves as a grim, cautionary tale about the devastating power of unchecked emotions.